Good morning, students. Unit 6, Gaseous State. In this session, I am going to teach the Dalton's law of partial pressure, Gregor's law of diffusion, okay, the mixture of gases, Dalton's law of partial pressure, studies of non-reacting gases. The studies of non-reacting gaseous mixtures show that in a gaseous mixture, each component behaves independently. For a gaseous mixture, it is important to know how the pressure of individual components contributes to the total pressure of the mixture. For example, the two or more chemically non-reacting gases. The chemically non-reacting two or more gases. For example, helium, neon, argon. Helium, neon, argon, hydrogen and nitrogen in STP condition. Okay, so any one of the non-reacting gases taken in each vessels. Okay, so helium, neon and argon. So non-reacting gases. So mixed together in a vessels. Okay, so helium. The helium gas, neon gas and argon gas. Right? So three chemically non-reacting gases are mixed together in a vessels. So these vessels contain helium, neon and argon gases. Right? So the partial pressure P1 in partial pressure P2 in partial pressure P3. The P total pressure. Okay, the total pressure of the gaseous mixture given a Dalton's law of partial pressures. The total pressure of the gaseous mixture given a Dalton's law of partial pressures. The John Dalton stated that the total pressure of a mixture of non-reacting gases, helium, neon, argon, is the sum of partial pressure of the gases present in the mixture. The P total. The total pressure is equal to the sum of the partial pressure. Okay, right? The total pressure of a mixture of non-reacting gases is the sum of partial pressure of the gases present in the mixture. So the partial pressure of helium P1 plus the partial pressure of neon P2 and the partial pressure of argon P3. Are you right? The total pressure of a mixture. The total pressure of a mixture of non-reacting gases is the sum of the partial pressure of the gases present in the mixture. Where the partial pressure of a component gas is the pressure that it would exert if it were present alone in the same volume and temperature. Okay, so all vessels same volume and temperatures. Okay, so the individual vessels contain pressure is called partial pressure of each gases. ஓகே சோ இந்த வெசல்ஸ்ல எவ்வளவு பிரஷர் இருக்கோ அதுதான் இதனுடைய பார்சியல் பிரஷர். அது மாதிரி இதுல இதெல்லாம் சேர்ந்து அங்க போன உடனே டோட்டல் பிரஷர். சோ டோட்டல் பிரஷர் எதுக்கு ஈக்குவல் ஆகும் அப்படின்னா சம் ஆஃப் த பார்சியல் பிரஷர். Sum of the partial pressure. So P total is equal to P1 plus P2 plus P3. So assumed, assuming that the gaseous behave ideally. The gaseous behave ideally. PV is equal to nRT. PV is equal to nRT. You right? So PI means P1, P2, P3. PIV is equal to NIRT. Ni means the number of moles of N1, N2 and N3. Are you right? So the the partial pressure of Pi means P1, P2, P3. So P1 is equal to Ni into RT N1 by RT by V. P1 is equal to V is equal to Ni RT. So Pi is equal to Ni into RT by V. Ni RT by V. Pi means P1, P2, P3. Ni means N1, N2, N3. So P1 is equal to N1 RT by V. P2 is equal to N2 RT by V. P3 is equal to N3 RT by V. Okay, so equation 1 and equation 1. So this values substitute in equation 1. The value substituted in equation 1. Are you right? The total pressure of a given mixture, the total pressure of a mixture, the gaseous mixture given a partial pressure of the Dalton's law. Okay, Dalton's law partial pressure. Okay, so substitute the values P1. So P total is equal to the P total is equal to P1 N1 RT by V plus N2 RT by V plus N3 RT by V. N3 RT by V, right? That is equal to the common in RT by V. Common RT by V. So N1 plus N2 plus N3 into RT by V. Into RT by V, right? RT by V. So N1 plus N2 plus N3 is equal to N total. So P total is equal to N total. P total is equal to N total into RT by V. RT by V. Okay. The partial pressure. The partial pressure can also be expressed P1 V is equal to N1 RT. N1 RT. Right? So the RT by V. RT by V. You write RT by V. So P1 is equal to N1 RT by V. Therefore, RT by V is equal to P1 by N1. P1 by N1. So, therefore, RT by V is equal to P1 by N1 or P2 by N1 or P3 by N2, N3, P3 by N3. So therefore Pi by Ni. Pi by Ni. You right? So equation 1 and equation 2. Equation 2. Okay. So that value apply to equation 2. Okay. So Pi by Ni. So RT by V is equal to Pi by Ni. So RT by V, Pi by Ni. So P total. The P total is equal to N total. N total into Pi by Ni. Pi by Ni. You right? So Pi is a partial pressure of the ith component. So Pi is equal to P total. Are you right? So Pi by Ni is equal to P total by N total. Are you right? Pi by Ni. Pi by Ni is equal to P total by N total. Therefore Pi is equal to so Ni by N total into P total. You right? So therefore the partial pressure of each component is equal to Ni Xi into P total. Xi into P total, where Xi is a mole fraction of the mole fraction of the ith component. Mole fraction of the ith component. You right? So Ni by N total is a mole fraction of each component. Each gaseous component. Okay. So Pi is equal to Xi into P total. Right? Okay, students. Examples. A mixture of gases contains 4.76 moles of neon. Okay. So neon 4.76 moles. So number of moles of neon 4.76. Okay. 0.74 mole of argon. 0.74 mole. Okay. And 2.5 mole of neon. 2.5 mole neons of neon. Calculate the partial pressure of gases. If the total pressure is 2 atm, the total pressure value is given, so 2 atm at a fixed temperature. Okay, so calculate the partial pressure of neon, argon and xenon. Okay, according to the Dalton's partial pressure, the Dalton's law of partial pressure, Pi is equal to Xi into total pressure. The Pi is equal to P neon or P argon or P xenon. Right? P argon, partial pressure of neon or partial pressure of argon or partial pressure of xenon. Xi, mole fraction. So Xi is equal to the mole fraction of neon or the mole fraction of argon of the mole fraction of xenon. Mole fraction of xenon. The first one, the partial pressure of neon is equal to mole fraction of neon into total pressure. Okay, so total pressure 2 atm. The mole fraction neon is equal to, the mole fraction is equal to number of individual gases divided by the total number of moles of mixture. Gaseous mixture. Okay, so the number of individual moles of gas, number of neon, number of moles of neon divided by the total number of moles. Number of moles of neon plus number of moles of argon plus number of moles of xenon. So number of moles of neon 4.76, in number of moles of neon 4.76, and number of moles of argon 0.74, and number of moles of xenon 2.5. Okay, so 4.76 divided by 4.76 plus 0.74 plus 2.50 is equal to 8. So 4.76 divided by 8 is equal to 0. So 5 into 8, 40. Remaining 76. So 9 into 8, 72. Okay, so remaining 4, 40, 5 into 8, 40. So 0.595, the mole fraction of neon. Okay, the partial pressure of neon is equal to mole fraction into total pressure. The mole fraction 0.595 into total pressure 2. So the partial pressure of neon is equal to 1.19 atm. The next, partial pressure of argon. Mole fraction of argon into total pressure. The mole fraction of argon is equal to the number of moles of argon divided by total number of moles. So number of moles of argon 0.74. The total number of moles 8. So 0.74 by 8 is equal to 0.093. So partial pressure of argon is equal to the mole fraction into total pressure. Total pressure. Okay, so 0.093 mole fraction of argon into total pressure 2, it is equal to 0.186 atm. The partial pressure of argon 0.186 atm. Right? The partial pressure of xenon. The mole fraction of xenon into total pressure. The mole fraction of xenon is equal to number of moles of xenon divided by total number of moles. So 2.5 by 8 is equal to 0.312. 0.312. So the partial pressure of xenon is equal to mole fraction of xenon into total pressure. So it is equal to 0.624 atm. Okay. So according to Dalton's law, the total pressure is equal to the partial pressure of the sum of the partial pressure. The total pressure is equal to sum of the partial pressure. So partial pressure of neon plus partial pressure of argon plus partial pressure of xenon. Right? The partial pressure of neon 1.19. 1.19. In partial pressure of argon 0.186. In partial pressure of xenon 0.624. Okay, 0, remaining 1, 10, 20, 0, remaining 2, 8, 9, 10, 0, remaining 1, 2. Okay, so the total pressure 2. The total pressure 2. You right? So the total pressure is equal to sum of the partial pressure. Partial pressure. You right? Okay. The application of Dalton's law. The application of Dalton's law. In a reaction involving the collection of gas by downward displacement of water. So, in laboratory preparation, hydrogen preparation, oxygen preparations, any one of the gas preparation, the gas downward convert the downward displacement of water to collect the upper place. Okay, in a reaction involving the collection of gas by downward displacement of water, the pressure of dry vapor collected can be calculated using Dalton's law. The pressure or partial pressure of dry gas collected is equal to the total pressure minus water vapors. The pressure of partial pressure of water vapors. So water vapor is referred as aqueous tension. Aqueous tension. Aqueous tension. Okay, and its values are available for air various temperatures. Various temperatures. Okay, so okay students, example, a sample of solid potassium chlorate was heated in a test tube to obtain oxygen. According to the reaction, the potassium chlorate is heated to give potassium chloride and oxygen. Okay, so the potassium chlorate taken in a test tube, KClO3, potassium chlorate taken in a test tube Okay, so a sample of solid potassium chlorate was heated in a test tube to obtain oxygen according to the reaction. The O2 gas was collected by the download displacement of water. The download displacement of water at 295 Kelvin. The total pressure of the mixture is 772 millimeter mercury. The vapor pressure of water is 26.7 millimeter of mercury at 300 Kelvin. Okay, so different temperature 295 Kelvin and 300 Kelvin. Calculate the partial pressure of oxygen. The P total is equal to 772 millimeter of mercury. The P pressure of water 26.7 millimeter of mercury. The P total is equal to PO2 plus PH2O. Okay, according to Dalton's law of partial pressure, the partial pressure of oxygen is equal to total pressure minus the aqueous tension. But aqueous tension is not given directly. Okay, so the different temperature is occurs. So calculate the PH2O. Right? The P1 is 26.7 millimeter mercury and T1 temperature 300 Kelvin and T2 295 Kelvin. Alright, so P2 is equal to what? The P2 is equal to the partial pressure of water. Okay, so aqueous tension of water. Right? The P1, the pressure and temperature is directly proportional. The pressure is directly proportional to temperature. So P1 T1 is equal to P2 T2. Therefore P2 is equal to P1 into T2 by T1. That is equal to P1 26.7 into T2 295 divided by 300. So P2 is equal to 26.26 millimeter of mercury is equal to P of H2O. Alright, therefore the partial pressure of oxygen is equal to the total pressure minus the aqueous tension of water. So 772 millimeter mercury minus 26.26 millimeter of mercury. Therefore the partial pressure of oxygen is equal to 745.74 millimeter of mercury. Right? Okay students, the next one is Gregor's law of diffusion and effusion. Diffusion and effusion. விரவுதல் பாய்தல். Diffuse விரவுதல், effusion பாய்தல். The gases have the tendency to occupy all the spaces. The gases have a tendency to occupy all the Okay, spaces. So, what is diffusion? And what is effusion? Okay, so next, Gregor's law of diffusion or effusion. The first one, what is diffusion? When two gases are placed in a contact. When two gases are placed in contact. So, two gases. Gas 1 and gas 2. Okay, gas 1 and gas 2. So, when two gases are placed in contact, they mix spontaneously. This is due to the movement of molecules of one gas into the other gas. The migration of the migrate from the region of higher concentration to the region of lower concentration. The two gases contact with each other. Okay, the migration is possible. The migration from higher concentration to lower concentration. So higher concentration to lower concentration. This process of mixing of gases by random motion of the molecule is called diffusion. Okay, so gas 1, gas 2, right? So gas 1 and gas 2, so random moving. The migrate from higher concentration to lower concentration. Okay, this process is called diffusion. But effusion, when a gas escapes through a pinhole, small holes pinhole into a region of low pressure or vacuum. When a gas escape through a pinhole into a region of lower pressure or vacuum, the process is called effusion. Okay, so diffusion and effusion. Are you right? The Gregor's law of diffusion or effusion. The Gregor's law of diffusion or effusion under the same conditions of temperature and pressure. Under the same conditions of temperature and pressure, the rate of diffusion, of different gases are inversely proportional to the square roots their molecular masses. The rate of diffusion is inversely proportional to the square root of molecular mass or molar mass. In other words, the two different gases are the rate of diffusion of gas A by rate of diffusion of gas B is equal to the square root of inversely proportional to the square root of molecular mass of Mb by molecular mass of Ma. So Ra and Rb is the rate of diffusion of different two gases. Mb and Ma are molecular mass of different gases respectively. You right? But in different pressure, the condition is different. Different pressure. So Ra divided by Rb is equal to Pa by Pb. The square root of Mb by Ma. In different pressures, the same conditions, temperature and pressure used in this formula, in different pressure condition used in this formula. Are you right? Under the same conditions of temperature and pressure, the rate of diffusion is inversely proportional to the square root of molar mass or molecular mass. Right? For example, an unknown gas diffuse at a rate of 0.5 times that of nitrogen. At the same temperature and pressure, calculate the molar mass of the unknown gas. Calculate the molar mass of unknown gas. Okay, so the rate of diffusion of unknown gas divided by the rate of diffusion of nitrogen gas is equal to the square root of the molar mass of nitrogen gas divided by the molar mass of unknown gas. Molar mass of unknown gas. Are you right? So, an unknown gas diffuse at a rate of 0.5 times that of nitrogen. Are you right? So, 0.5 times that of nitrogen. That is equal to the square root of m n2 by m unknown. M unknown. Okay, so the squaring on both sides. Squaring on both sides 0.5, the whole square is equal to m n2 divided by m unknown. M unknown. The molecular mass of nitrogen, molar mass of nitrogen, the atomic mass of nitrogen 14 and another one atomic nitrogen 14. So the molar mass of nitrogen gas 28 gram mole inverse. That is equal to 28 gram mole inverse by m unknown. M unknown. Right? So the m unknown. The m unknown is equal to 28 gram mole inverse by 0.25. Right? This is 28 divided by 0.25. So that is equal to 28 into 100 divided by 25. Both are equal. So 25 into 10 power minus 2. So 10 power minus 2, 100. So 1 time, 4 times. So 4 into 28. So 8 into 4, 32. Okay, so 4 into 2, 8. 8 plus 3, 11. So 112 gram mole inverse. Okay, so an unknown gas diffused at a rate of 0.5 times that of nitrogen. At the same temperature and pressure, calculate the molar mass of unknown gas. The molar mass of unknown gas is equal to 112 gram mole inverse. Okay, students. Thank you, students. We'll meet next class.